As the country continues its battle against the COVID-19 pandemic, we hear from the government team as they update the nation. Chief Medical Officer Roshan Parasram brought us up to date.
We have submitted 1,380 tests to CAFA thus far. There are unique individual tests in the amount of 1,157, meaning we have repeated on a person more than once 223 tests a day. In terms of total number positive, we have 114 persons. Total number of discharges, 26. We would have had 4 persons going home from the facility at Sandy Grande last evening. Total number of deaths, there would have been 8. Total number of new patients, none over the 24-hour period.
The special guest at today's conference was the head of the Pediatric Emergency Department, Dr. Joanne Paul, who gave insight into the disease as it relates to children. She said that children seem to be less severely affected by the virus than adults.
Now, although I'm saying that, we also have those vulnerable populations. We have the ones who are sickle cell disease, the ones who are less than 2 years old. We have also the cerebral palsy, the uncontrolled asthmatics, the ones who have heart conditions, the ones who have cancer. So let's just have a carte blanche approach and think that all kids are totally not vulnerable at all. We have those populations who are much more vulnerable, but generally, for some reason, they're not sure about, children still are much less severe than adults.
Dr. Paul also said that there are different levels for the effects of the virus, but if children are experiencing respiratory problems, they need professional treatment immediately. Minister of Health Terence Dialsingh is not entertaining the talk of reopening businesses in light of the fact that there have been no new COVID-19 cases for the past 7 days. Minister Dialsingh says the government will start to consider their next steps in the COVID-19 fight by the end of this week, but emphasized it will be based on science and data.
It is this talk about reopening that would throw us back to the Stone Ages. Please, do not give the population the impression that we are even thinking about reopening. We have to stay the course until April 30th. Loose talk about reopening will throw us right back, slingshot us right back to the Stone Ages.
On Monday, opposition leader Kamla Prasad Bissessa called on government to lift the COVID-19 restrictions and reopen businesses.